Hello, I'm Judge Kristen O'Sullivan with the Spokane Municipal DUI Court. Since 2018, the DUI Court program has been dedicated to addressing repeat DUI offenders in our community with the goal of reducing recidivism, improving lives, and making our community safer. The individuals in our court have the highest risk of reoffending as well as the highest need for support. The court focuses on behavioral change, not only addressing substance use disorder, mental health, trauma, family life, transportation, and employment. This is accomplished through unwavering support and accountability. We are a multidisciplinary team that includes the City Prosecutors Office, City Public Defender's Office, the Spokane Police Department, treatment agencies, and our Community Justice Services Department. Through this team and treatment programs, we address the whole individual. We aim to address the individual and whatever barriers that they are facing and contributed to their involvement in the criminal justice system. Our program consists of 5 phase structures and includes weekly court appearances, UA testing, additional alcohol monitoring, curfew, and community service hours, in addition to all the treatment requirements. Participants are with us for a minimum period of 18 months and on our felony reductions, a minimum of 36 months. This program is very demanding, but with the team approach and support, by the time the participant is ready to graduate, they are in a much better position than when they came in, and they are ready to return to being productive and sober members of our community.
So for Spokane County in 2023, there were 28 impaired driver-involved fatality crashes, 47% increase from what we saw in 22. 43 of the impaired driver fatalities were for speeding. We had 12 motorcycle fatalities. 83% of those involved either the driver or an impaired rider. The fatalities for pedestrians have increased 285% since 22. That the DUI therapeutic courts are one of the most effective tools we have. By focusing on comprehensive treatment and addressing the underlying reasons for substance abuse, these courts significantly reduce recidivism. Participants engage in closely monitored programs designed to foster lasting recovery, helping them rebuild their lives and avoid further entanglement in the criminal justice system.
Brief thing are the individuals in our court have the highest risk of reoffending as well as the highest need for support. Our court focuses on behavior change, not only addressing substance use, mental health, trauma, family life, transportation, and employment or schooling.
Is holding people accountable and making our roadways safer. Because in our court, we know that those people are high needs, and we know those people will reoffend if we don't make a change. And I didn't believe at first that those people would change. I kind of thought, once a zebra, always a zebra. You can't change their stripes. But I'm here to tell you I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong, because I've actually seen people, I thought I could just arrest my way out of it, just arrest the same person 2, 3, 5, 10 times, but it never fixed that person. And it wasn't until I got into this court that I actually discovered that to make that change, you have to get those people into recovery, and you have to hold them accountable. So how I became a part of that success was holding them accountable.
So we know definitively that at least half the time impaired drivers are involved in fatal collisions.
People believe that a DUI is not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal until they end up killing somebody.
But in terms of your ability to operate a vehicle safely, we need to get that message out that cannabis affects that negatively, right? You are not a better driver when you're high on cannabis as when you're sober, regardless of how you feel like it helps your mentation overall, regardless of how you feel like it helps you in your day-to-day social interactions or anything else, right? We need to get that message across that even though cannabis is so widely accepted for common use, it should be the last thing you do. Just like alcohol, you wouldn't drink 5 beers and go drive a car. You shouldn't smoke a joint and go drive a car.
These are not accidents. We can prevent these, and as we have heard, we have lost so much traction, 30 years really of traffic safety progress, and we are just seeing lives lost and injuries that are life-changing and hearts broken every day. Very much felt Darren's story from personal experience with growing up in an alcohol home. I am truly sorry for both of you, and you really touched my heart and changed my thoughts forever. I am 11 weeks sober today. Don't ever want to go back to that life again, and I'm sorry, I will never drink and drive again. So people are sharing what really is in their heart.
The work that we do in this court is the reason why I continue to show up every day. It takes every one of us, and that's why it is successful. I wish, even in our normal courts, that we could have a team approach, because it's really what changes behavior, and that's what we all want. Whether it's from law enforcement, whether it's from defense, whether it's from prosecution, supervision, it really takes that multi-dynamic team to make behavior change. Because as has been referenced up here, yes, certainly we want accountability to be a component, but it goes beyond accountability. Some of the participants that we've had in our court have never in their life had anybody tell them that you are worth anything, or that you've done a good job, or that you can change, or that you can end the cycle here. Many of them have never heard that. They didn't have the benefit of having support, and sometimes this court is the only support that they get, or that they currently have in their lives, to change that behavior.